Didn't the Senate? Is the Senate moving? Right.
The Senate's moving.
Okay.
So late last week, they got like 10 Republicans to support this bill, to support proceeding to debate on the bill, where they
cloture,
reserve the right to vote against it because they just wanted to let the debate happen. Very phony. But anyway, there are at least 5 Republicans, which is plenty, who earnestly support the legislation. They aren't April fooling,
right?
Like their friends are. And yesterday, it advanced another procedural hurdle by voice vote, meaning there was no roll call, no yays and nays. They just said, fine, go ahead. And then later this week, probably, there will be the actual vote on passing it. So if that happens, then it will be...
I just want to point out, though, that will be the first week of April, when this was going to be the first order of business when they came back from their Christmas vacation.
Right, they're only 90 days late.
Yeah, okay. Let's just put it in context.
The bill would retroactively pay people who had been unemployed for those whole 90 days who had been missing benefits. So it potentially like a windfall lump sum for 2 million people. Anyway, so all eyes will turn to Boehner. And the thinking has been among Democrats that if Senate passes this, it will jack up pressure on the speaker. The situation will be changed because Republicans, because the Senate bill had been bipartisan. Speaker Boehner has...
I also want to point out, if I can, that logic is totally flawed from the beginning. The Senate passed a bipartisan immigration bill,
right,
which was DOA in the House. So why does anybody really think it'll be different on unemployment? So what is the speaker saying?
He's got like a manila folder with dividers in it.
Yeah.
And each section, it's one of those accordion folders.
Yeah, right.
And each section has a different packet of excuses because, of course, he loves the unemployed. He supports long-term unemployment insurance, but there's just too many problems. One of them is, they say it's not workable, which is a claim. The Association of State Workforce Agencies said it would be hard to administer the bill. Not that it would be unworkable. That's Boehner's extrapolation from what they have said. For instance, it's been so long, the unemployed people in question haven't continued to file claims in some states. In other states, they have. They're checking in every week saying, hey, I'm filing my claim as if this program existed and the states are set up to take those claims. The other excuse, the one that has been his mainstay, is the bill doesn't create jobs.
Based on what?
I don't know. See, the Congressional Budget Office has always said that these unemployment bills create hundreds of thousands of jobs. And the CBO's job analysis of legislation can sometimes carry great weight with lawmakers. Remember the minimum wage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
CBO said it would cost...
It could, possibly.
Yes, as many as 1 million jobs.
Right.
Or 500,000 jobs at least.
Republicans.
And Republicans were waving that around like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
The jobs, the jobs, the jobs.
Right.
So CBO says unemployment bills create jobs. It's like it doesn't exist. It's like an April Fool's. They just don't take it seriously.
Well, I mean, they take CBO seriously when it's just like a poll, right? They'll take a poll seriously if the poll says what they want it to say. They will find everything wrong with that poll or the methodology or whatever if the poll shows just the opposite.
Right.
Same with CBO.
Right.
If they agree with it, CBO is the most honest broker on the hill. You can trust everything they say. If the CBO report is disfavorable to their point of view, then they find some reason to discredit it.
Create jobs is just their shorthand for we don't want to do it this way, which I guess is too hard to say. Like, you can't trust the American people to understand your argument that
I think it's shorthand for we don't give a damn. But.
Or we don't believe in economic multipliers, which is the rationale CBO uses for saying these bills create jobs. It gives unemployed people money. The unemployed people spend the money, and then that ricochets around the economy. They could say we don't ever believe that.
Bottom line is what I hear you're saying is that the Senate will probably pass a bill this week but it's dead in the House, and there will be no extension of long-term unemployment benefits this year.
Well,
right?
So they've always hoped that by continuing to talk about it, people would have a change of heart. That actually seems to have worked with Senate Republicans, at least the 5 of them who have signed on to this bill. 3 months of Democrats whining and complaining, and now something's happening, because I think the complaining got to them. I think that was actually a factor in making this happen.
I think what they're hearing from their constituents got to them also, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, what Democrats have been doing is just amplifying the complaints from constituents, using real people's stories as reflected in news stories, as reflected in letters to their office, just saying, look, people are screwed over by this. And I think that was a factor in the change in the Senate, but you don't think there's any reason to think John Boehner will change the way Senate Republicans did.
It's not John Boehner so much, it's the Tea Party people in the House. That's the way my reading of it. In their districts, they can get away with this because they're so safe.
Yeah.
And whatever they want is what John Boehner does.